Hello everyone and welcome to another replay brought to you by Shaky StarCraft. This is going to be another one sent to me by Demon. He is a high-level ranked Platinum player, and it's going to be the red Protoss versus the blue Protoss. So we got a PvP match here on Lost Temple, and we've got Justthree, the blue Protoss, spawning in the 9 o'clock position, and once again Demon spawning in the 6 o'clock position. So yeah, Protoss versus Protoss match can be a little interesting, I guess. I actually do find it to be probably my worst matchup. We are seeing a 8 pylon come up here for Demon, whereas we don't see that early of a pylon, and we actually see Chrono Boost coming up. A little peculiar, I find, as he's now going to be Psylocked at 10 with nothing to build and wasted Chrono Boost. So income-wise, I'm going to take a look here in the next 30-40 seconds and see what kind of income level we are going to be looking at. I do expect Demon's income to skyrocket in the next 40 seconds compared to Justtthree's, but maybe it really doesn't make that big of a difference. I guess we'll see. And a little peculiar, rally pointing here, here, and then back to the minerals. Oh, I see. Sort of. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know about that, but I don't know if that was more efficient or less efficient. Anyways, back to Protoss versus Protoss. It is an interesting matchup. I find it to be probably my least favorite matchup. I find it really doesn't tech up, and you see timing pushes with either 4 gates or 2 gate into Robo Bay or 2 gate into Stargate, or sometimes even 3 gate into Expansion. It's really not that diverse, and I guess the Harvester count is not a whole... I guess there isn't really big difference, as we can actually see. It's tough to judge though because Demon does have 1 gas up already. Anyways, as I was saying, it's really tough to play PvP properly, and you really got to rely on scouting and countering what your opponent is going. I guess you can say that for the majority of the game, but nonetheless, PvP, here we go. So we are seeing a double gate strategy for Justthree, and it looks like he's rallying his units to the 3 o'clock base. He must think that, or maybe assume that he's there. He's not scouted it at all, so if he did find him, and that's indeed where he was, I probably would have said map hack, but it looks like he's just going to screw up and send his zealots in the wrong direction. Lots of pylons coming up, and we've got a probe in the base for Demon, scouting out Justthree. Gonna see these 2 gates, no gas, and not a huge economy. On Demon's end, on the other hand, we are seeing Stalkers coming out. We got 1 Zealot and now straight Stalkers. Now the benefit to this situation is Stalkers are quite a bit faster than Zealots. So the micro that you can do is phenomenal. If he would be pulling back, he could actually do move and hit, move and hit, move and hit, and really not get hit at all. As you can see, he is doing it here. And with enough Stalkers in this situation, if we don't see a Cybernetics Core come up here, we do start seeing it now, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as we've got 2 Stalkers out, Zealot being microed back, a lot of micromanagement on these 3 troops, reducing the amount of hits that he is taking. This Zealot just running this Zealot around, gonna chase him down and kill him before he can kill Demon's Zealot. And these 2 Stalkers are going to be able to take out that one. And the lone 2 Zealots here, I guess not really lone, but these 2 Zealots are going to be forced to retreat. We are seeing Warp Gate tech being researched, a 2nd assimilator coming up, and a 3rd gateway, and a 4th gateway. Likely to see even more Stalkers being pushed out. So still working off just that 1 Zealot, and we are seeing a robotics facility come up, along with a lot of Zealots being pumped out. So with 2 gas now, we can expect to see Immortals pumping out to try to counter these Stalkers. But if he does get a forward pylon coming up and Warp Gate finishes now, he is going to get a forward pylon here, which is going to allow him to warp in his units a lot quicker. We probably will see enough micromanagement to have these Stalkers outplay these Zealots and Immortal, if that Immortal does even come into play. As Immortals do take so much longer to build now, he may not even get one out before this threat is a little too much to handle. We will see here in the next few minutes. Now working off 4 warp gates, if this one would go to a warp gate, and it is. And we are seeing Blink. Ooh, my favorite technology. Well, I shouldn't say favorite, as Charge is probably my other favorite tech for the Protoss. Either way, Blink is a awesome ability, and it's really fun to utilize, really fun to watch, and someone with good micromanagement can really utilize it. Demon here is supply locking himself, actually, and he's got the smaller army compared to Justthree. Justthree now does have his first Immortal out, but if he waits for Blink and utilizes it properly, he probably can outplay Justthree in this situation. We'll have to see how things go. Generally, if it was just a basic copper, bronze, silver league, or maybe even gold, we would see even just attack moving this force, completely decimating this force, as of course Stalkers are a little one-sided, and for the fact that Immortals just absolutely rip apart Stalkers. Blink is researched now, and we are going to see it utilized, and this Immortal immediately goes down. Stalkers coming in to reinforce. We are going to see them probably blink straight up here and continue to help reinforce. Probably seeing a nice force field. Well, not really that nice, as it's not going to protect the ramp completely. But we are going to see the majority of the Zealots go down to micromanagement and focus fire, and some nice, very nice blink micro. Obviously, the Zealots just without charge cannot engage fast enough. And with Blink, it's just going to allow these Stalkers to virtually harass this player. So now trying to work off 5 gateways and a robotics facility, queuing up 2 Immortals. That's not good. You never really want to do that, as it is wasting a whole lot of minerals and gas that you could be using to warp in additional units with your warp gates. Observer overhead for Justthree is going to see all these Stalkers. If Demon had a Stalker, he could utilize Blink a little bit more. We are going to see Blink and focus down the Immortal. Very good strategy, and then focusing down the other troops will be a lot easier. We are seeing focus fire coming from Demon, and unfortunately we are not seeing any type of focus fire coming from Justthree. The Immortal absolutely ripping apart these Stalkers, and Justthree is actually going to GG. So very nice use of Blink, Micro, and Stalker management in PvP. As you can see, it can be a very effective strategy. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and I'll hopefully bring you a few more replays.